With the 7th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Angel Reese, LSU.
Well, there it is, Angel Reese.
When Angel Reese began showcasing the multifaceted dimensions of her talent, daring to transcend the boundaries of her role as a basketball player, she had no idea she was stepping into a storm that could reshape her career now as she faces the weight of one of the most contentious suspensions in WNBA history. The stakes couldn't be higher. Clock sat at 0. Here comes Reese Bledin in a world where her fierce passion on the court meets the unforgiving scrutiny of the spotlight. Only time will reveal what the future holds for her. Reese plays with incredible intensity, challenging the traditional views of women in sports. At this moment, she finds herself at the center of significant controversy, a situation that has stirred considerable excitement across the WNBA, drawing the focus of fans and commentators far and wide.
Okay, so let's take another look.
Yeah,
that's where I saw what Laney was doing.
Yep.
And then Reese.
In a daring and surprising choice, the league has suspended her indefinitely, potentially for life. The looming question on everyone's mind is, why has that happened? This lifetime suspension has created a stir throughout the sports community, leading to an explosion of questions and theories about the reasons behind this situation. Reeve, who was once honored as a trailblazer and inspiration for young athletes, especially girls who looked up to her for shattering obstacles in sports, now finds herself at the center of a heated discussion. People are debating whether the punishment she faces is overly severe, or if it is a justified reaction to her continual breaches of rules, and the way she seems to disregard both the game and her teammates. What incidents caused such a drastic measure against her, and what does this say about how the WNBA expects its players to behave? So stay with us as we delve into this complex and intriguing story. If you find this as fascinating as we do, please share your opinions in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to keep up with all the latest updates in women's basketball. To truly grasp the weight of this situation, we must reflect on the events that possibly led to this decision. One incident that caused the suspension, it was the buildup of different actions that showed a player wrestling with the very essence of sportsmanship. Reese's passionate nature and fierce competitiveness have always set her apart. Yet the WNBA has repeatedly highlighted the importance of respect and integrity as core values. Understanding this conflict between her intensity and the league's principles is crucial. When Reese began to cross certain boundaries, both on and off the court, it became evident that the league had to take action over time. The incident started to add up, from sideline disputes and inappropriate gestures directed at her opponents to questionable conduct during media engagements. Reese's actions began to attract negative attention. While some fans viewed these behaviors as a sign of her fierce dedication, others interpreted them as a lack of maturity. Regardless of how the public saw it, there was no denying that Reese's conduct increasingly frustrated WNBA officials, indicating that some changes were on the horizon if her behaving cheat on unchecked. What amplified the situation was the public nature of her actions. As social media posts and viral clips of Reese's controversial moments circulated widely, the scrutiny from fans and critics intensified. The league, known for its advocacy of women's empowerment and its positive promotion of the sport, felt a strong need to respond. Her behavior had become too prominent to ignore, paving the way for what might be one of the most consequential decisions in WNBA history.
Supposed to be nice to me. I hope y'all know that. They're not supposed to be nice to me or lay down because I'm Angel Reese or because I'm a rookie. Thank you, AT, for sending the message to me, because I got back up and I kept going and kept pushing. Me and AT have been cool since we were in Maryland, so I know it's not no hard feelings, and I appreciate her for going at me every day. or today.
When the WNBA announced Reese's lifetime suspension, it triggered strong reactions from many quarters. A lifetime ban is quite uncommon in professional sports, particularly for a young and gifted player. However, this decision signaled the league's commitment to behavior standards and respect for the game.
Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor to review this one.
Yeah, that's
Reese
right.
is being reviewed for possible upgrade to a flagrant.
It is widely understood that leagues like the NBA and WNBA prioritize player conduct just as much as they do player performance. Reese's situation has highlighted this issue more than ever before. The WNBA's statement on her suspension underscored the importance of maintaining core values that are essential to the league's integrity. It referenced a pattern of disrespect and an inability to meet professionalism standards.
Remember the Chicago Sky, the national title winner at LSU, and she talked about where all this attention started with her and Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against Caitlin Clark.
Many observers, it seemed as if the league was using Reese's case as a cautionary tale for other players. This has ignited a debate over whether the league's response was justified or perhaps too severe, considering the early stage of Reese's career. For the 5th personal foul. Okay, so let's take another look. Yeah, that's where I saw what Laney was. The suspension has certainly raised questions and left some wondering if there was more lurking beneath the surface. Is this genuinely about preserving the league's image, or is Reese being unfairly targeted for being outspoken and unique? The jury is still out on this matter, but what is evident is that the league felt it necessary to take a strong stance, and Reese's actions may have crossed a threshold that could have lasting consequences. Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor to review this one. Yeah, that's right, for upgrade. To truly grasp how Reese arrived at this significant point in her life, we must reflect on her incredible journey that led her here. Born into a challenging environment, Reese had to fight tirelessly to ascend the ranks that got tied up. Reese on the inside powers wit, and up and under, and goes off the glass. Carter bounces inside to Angel Reese, who lays his in right. Los Angeles averaged 27 free throw attempts. Angel Reese on the inside to end a 7-game losing streak. Her journey to reach the WNBA was not simple. It had many hurdles, sacrifices, and an unbreakable passion to prove her worth. She became well known for her fierce spirit, quickly making the name as a courageous player who never shied away from challenges, whether on the basketball court or in the struggles of life. But I think my transition has been great. It hasn't been a super big, huge surprise because Kim kind of prepared me for this moment. I'm at LSU. Our practice was like 4 hours. We were ready. We were working. I thought training camp was going to be harder, so I think I was really prepared. I didn't have really any WNBA surprise, yet this intense spirit brought along surprises she did not expect. As her fame grew, so did the pressure to perform at her best, not just in her game, but also in how she showed herself to the public. Both fans and critics began to closely watch everything she did, from her plays to her social media activities. The burden of these expectations can be incredibly heavy, and often Reese's reactions added more fire to the flames, leading to criticism of her choices. In light of this intense environment, it's perhaps easy to see why Reese's attitude towards fame in the sport was sometimes seen as unusual. But in the realm of professional sports, defying the norm and challenging the status quo carries inherent risks. Reese's daring method certainly gained admiration from her followers, but it quickly transformed into a double-edged sword that brought her significant difficulties. I'm going to be the best teammate that I can be. I'm going to be the loudest on the bench. I'm going to be the most supportive that I can be. I'm going to be the most talkative there. She is right. Many are left wondering, was she merely a victim of the spotlight, or did her own choices